We're live.
Okay, everybody, we're back once again. Will Faerber here, and we've got Hanna, and Hanna has Duke out. How's it gone this week with Duke? She was just telling me a little bit of an exciting story with him.
Yeah, it's gone well. We did a little bit of a cool down outside one day that turned pretty exciting, but other than that, we just had some really good arena work with a lot of good stretching, and he's just still getting lighter and lighter off the legs, so.
Power by himself, powering himself along. Well, that's what we're looking for. Like, that's fantastic. All right, well, we can go ahead and start with lunging then today with him. And of course, as always, we'll just stretch him out to start with before we bring him up.
Good boy.
That's really good. I love how he's just coming out and giving you a nice walk now. We used to have to do 20 minutes of working and moving to even begin to get a nice walk out of him. So this is really good. Starting to move under his own power. That's excellent. Very nice. That is fantastic. That is really good today. That's the best I've ever seen him start off. Really nice. Really good work. All right, you can go ahead and ask him to trot.
Trot.
It's really fantastic. Best he's ever started. That was really nice. That's starting to get really good. I notice he's starting to lift a little bit. He's starting to lift his front end off the ground a little bit. What we're looking for. Very nice. Just keep that going in the trot. That's really excellent. If you remember, if you was watching us, only a few weeks ago, we would have to put him almost right in the beginning into a canter to get any kind of movement out and get him warmed up. But this is really great. He's coming out now with an excellent walk. Really going into an excellent stretch in the trot. Giving us a nice swing through his back. And of course, you're just not having to, keep him moving with every stride. He's beginning to have his own energy. moving under his own steam, which is what they need to be able to do. Otherwise, we're constantly pushing them, which is what had happened to this horse. He'd been pushed and kicked on and whipped on so much, he just said, I'm just never going to move. Really nice. And go ahead and ask him to canter.
Canter.
Excellent. Really nice transition. Starting off there, already getting his head out in front of him, but really nice connected canter right from the very beginning. Really nice. And back to a trot.
And who trot.
Now we get a little more lift in the trot. That's really good. And go ahead and let him walk. And you're ready to change directions. That was absolutely just the way we'd like to see it go.
Good boy.
Really nice. And then comes back a nice swinging walk again. Excellent work, Hanna.
And who.
And of course, once you see the right things happening, then we're ready to move on to the next step. So it doesn't take a lot of time to get through all these little steps. In the beginning, we still want to take him through all these steps of stretching and doing all of these things and bringing him up before we get on him. But ultimately, he'll just be able to get on the horse and go. But he's got to go under his own steam. That's why it's so important with a horse like this, because he'd been so turned off to being ridden.
Walk.
Yeah. Could be a little more active there. Get a little more walk out of him. Try to slow down. I like that. He starts to step like that. Good job.
Walk. Walk. Good boy.
Very nice. Then go ahead and trot.
And trot.
A little more active. Very nice. And ask him to canter.
Canter.
Good. There we go. Good. Starting to get the neck out in front of him, but still nicely connected. Yeah, really good. And back to a trot again.
And trot.
Really nice. And go ahead and let him walk again.
And walk. Good boy.
Really nice downwards transition. And go ahead and let him stop, and we're ready to move the side reins up to the upper position. That was really good. Best I've seen him lunge yet.
Good boy. walk.
And see if we can get him to walk and stretch into that contact without having to go into a trot first. We'll see what happens. Let's see if we can. I like the activity of it so far. It looks like it might happen. Like that. Good. Very nice. Just keep trying to yield his hindquarters outward a little bit on your circle. Yeah, that's coming around. Keep that working. See if we can get him to stretch on into that contact.
Walk. Ooh. Walk.
That's all right. That's all right. You can go ahead and trot for a minute. We'll come back to the walk in a second. I don't mind that. But just make him a little more active and send him out away from you again, then we'll come back to the walk. Good, like that. Good. Keep it going.
Good boy.
Good. Keep going.
Good boy.
There we go. Just keep trying to yield those hindquarters a little more to the outside. There we go, like that. Good. Getting better.
Good boy.
Good. Keep working that. Keep yielding the hindquarters. There, good. Like that. Now we're getting there. Good. Right there. Keep that going. Really nice now. Good.
Good boy.
Good. Keep that going. Good. Right there is really nice. Really good. Just like this. Keep it going.
Good boy.
Really nice.
Good boy.
Just keep yielding. Every time his head comes up, you just try to yield those head covers a little bit like that. Really good. Right there is where we want. Really good. Really good. Good. Good there. Good. Really good work. And go ahead and ask him to canter.
Canter. Good boy.
Very nice. Like I was thinking about taking the correct lead now. And come back to a trot.
And trot.
Very nice. Right there. Excellent.
Good boy.
Excellent work. And let him walk.
And walk.
Really nice downward transition you're making now too. Keep that walk for a moment.
Walk. Walk.
Good boy. And ask him to halt.
And ho. Good boy.
Very nice. And you can change directions. Really good.
Walk.
See if you can activate that walk and push it away from you a little bit. Yeah, that's coming better.
Walk. Good boy.
Keep working on that walk. Good. And go ahead and let him trot.
And
That's really coming
trot.
really nice.
Good boy.
Good. Keep that going. Very nice. Let him have a little canter. Wants to do it. Right. And then bring him back to the trot.
And trot. Good boy. Good boy.
Keep that going. Very good. Keep that going. A little more. Good. Right there. Excellent work. Is that going? Yeah, I like that.
Good boy.
That looks fantastic. That's coming really nice. Keep that going. Really good. Keep it going.
Good boy.
Really good. Really nice. Right there. Really starting to power. Excellent work right there. That's really good. Now notice how much lighter his front feet are just touching and coming right off the ground again. He's starting to really lift himself up. That is wonderful. Keep that going.
Good
Really
boy.
nice. Excellent work right there. Keep that going. Now go ahead and ask him to canter.
Canter. Good boy.
Really, he's picking up those leads so nicely. Really good. And back to a trot.
And trot. Good boy.
Very nice. Just try to yield those hindquarters just a little bit. And right there, good. So it's clearly coming nicely into working gaits now. It's really excellent. Keep that going. A moment. And as you come around back to the center line again here, you can ask him to walk and halt.
And walk.
Very
and
nice.
Hold.
Oh, what a good boy.
Oh.
Really, really, really nice. That is fantastic. That was pretty much picture perfect how a horse should lunge. That's really coming along absolutely beautifully. Once again, it's that idea that we want to see the horse, that it can carry itself the way we would like it to carry without us on it before we get on there. That's the problem. If they don't have the strength to start lifting themselves, they certainly can't lift us. And that's what leads to so many problems with horses, people getting on too soon. But that was wonderful. Ron, he is looking great. So how soon do you get back up here?
I'm thinking a week or so. Probably not next lesson, the lesson after that.
Excellent.
I just want to give myself a little bit more time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Get my strength built back up. But I'm feeling good.
That's great.
Back's feeling good. No pain back there, so I'm looking forward to it.
Well, he's starting to look like he's going to be a lot more fun to work.
Yeah. Won't have to get after him so much.
Yeah. Well. for riding to be fun, they have to want to do it. The only way they learn that is being trained correctly so that they enjoy the process. I'd say horses come in basically two varieties, lazy ones and crazy ones. And the crazy ones, when you beat on them, get crazier. The lazy ones get lazier and lazier, which is kind of what had happened to him. Just, they don't care how much you beat on them. They just say, you know, screw it, I'll take it, you know. Boy, he's starting to look good. His coat's looking good. His muscling is coming. His weight's looking good.
Yeah, he was wearing a sheet today, so he's all nice and shiny.
Yeah.
One more step, bud. Good boy.
Good boy. All right, let's proceed in the walk. And of course, we'd always just like to start off with a nice stretching walk with some activity. Just stretching out. Like any other athlete, hopefully, people get the idea that horses can't just jump to whatever the hardest thing they do every day is. That is, if they're going to last a minute at a time. Very nice. That's starting to come. There you go, like that. Keep working that. Excellent.
Good boy.
Good. Really nice. And keep that walk as you go large. Keep trying to open it up, getting a little more swing in it while you keep the stretch. And of course, remembering to use your legs alternately in the walk. So the horse knows that we want a good walk rather than a trot. That's really good. You can go ahead and turn after the center line, do a leg yield to the left, staying in the stretch as much as possible for this first one. So much better. Very nice, right there. That's really good. And keep working the stretch while you're doing that. That's so much better. Really nice, like that. Really good. Go ahead while you're at this end, take the center line, do the same thing again one more time in the same direction, just getting a little more consistently into the stretch. Do a little more step over. Look up your whip. There you go. Good. Much better now. And take the next diagonal. Change the rein. We're still just trying to get him to stretch out in front of you. Keep working. There you go. Like that. At this point, still just warming up. So kind of like we went through the same steps without the weight on his back, we stretched him first. So kind of the same thing here. Once we add the weight on the back, of course, it's just learning to be able to carry. And I don't have to go through the same steps once we're on their back that we went through from the ground to get them there. That's so much better, but this walk is so infinitely improved than what it used to be. Really, really good. We'll just keep that and go large down the next long side. And at the other end, turning out to the center line and leg yielding to the right. Very good. Keep that going. Of course, keep trying to soften him into the stretch the whole time you're doing that. At the same time. Good activity, though. And now I'll take him on a big circle right where you are and just stretch him on that circle there for a moment. Good, like that. Good job. Keep that going. Now in your circle, getting him off that inside leg. There, really good now. Every time he comes up, just take back your contact and soften him back into the contact, into the stretch again. Like that. Good. Keep doing that. You're doing a good job. Like that. And turn by the center line here and leg heel to the right again, just as you come around there, just like that. Good. Yeah, keep that going. Get better now. Good, keep it going.
Good boy.
Oh, good. Now on a circle here again at this end, just stretching them all the way down again. Getting them off that inside leg. Yeah, like that. Like that. Like that. Really nice big step. Looks like it's going somewhere. It's really good. Like that. Excellent. Now go ahead and bring him up a little. And what I want to do is keep the same step you have, but you can shorten your reins and let him come up a little bit and see if he'll stay there and keep the same step. And begin to soften into your hands without shortening the neck back too much, but at the same time begin to soften there. Like that. Good. Now go ahead down the next long side, do a little shoulder forward, down the next long side. Really good. At the same time, we're looking for him to stretch into that contact like that, but not all the way down. Now we're just going about midway down, beginning to look for a working walk. Like that. Good activity, good position. There you go. Keep that going. Good. Like that. Very nice. Now stretch him all the way down on a circle right here. Really deep. Get him to move off that inside leg again. Like that. Really good. Now go ahead and take the diagonal while you're in that stretch from where you are here, changing the rein. There you go. Good. Good. Now let him stay up about midway again as we begin to work a little more in a working position. And shoulder forward down the next long side. Of course, the most important thing is that he keep that big active step. Come on, Cameron. There you go. Good. That's it. Keep that going. Yeah, very nice. Now, yes, he could soften into the bridle a little more, but what I'm really liking is how even through that he's keeping a nice big active step, which is the most important thing. Now go ahead on your circle here and stretch him all the way down again on the circle here. Good. Good, like that. Again, same thing, all the way down. Good, 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 all the way down. Really get that big step going like that. There, that's fantastic, like that. Nah, that's really good. Keep that. Good. Yes. Yeah, very good. Much better now. Keep that. That's really good now. That's where we want to get him to.
This is like the nicest walk I think we've gotten.
Yeah, that's really, really good right there. Keep that. I'm loving that right there. That's really good. Really stepping underneath himself, really through the back. Fantastic work. Good. Now, just shorten your reins and bring them up. Try to keep that same big step, but just shorten your reins a little bit, letting your hands come together in front of you. In other words, you're just becoming the side reins the way they are when they're connected to the front of those the saddle D-rings, so to speak. And meanwhile, Faerber used to say the best hands in the world work like a pair of side reins. They simply limit the length of the reins. Everything else is done with your legs, for the most part, once you understand how horses are trained. That is, they're not trained against the bridle by people pulling against their mouths, which of course isn't really training, sort of a form of abuse. We keep working that working walk, asking him to soften the jaw and pull a little bit. Try not to bring his head any higher, but see if we can get a little more softening with jaw and pull there, a little bit like that. Good. Good, like that. Really good now. That's really good, like that. Now stretch it all the way down again from there. That's really good. Ah, wonderful, like that. Excellent work. Now staying on the circle there, keep that stretch, and do the same thing you just did, bringing him back up on the circle. Bringing him back into that full working position again, letting your hands come together in front of you like that. Bring his pole up, your legs keep him going. Remember to keep yourself in the position of the turn, which means your outside shoulders are slightly forward. Outside leg is slightly back a little bit, if you can achieve that. Like that, and asking him to soften. Your fingers do have some work to do in this and that giving and taking, but they're never trying to hold against the mouth. They're just keeping a lively and active contact with the horse that we can communicate. We never want it to be too stiff. Really nice. Now keep that working walk and go large. And just adjust as you need to. As he comes a little bit on or off the bit, you just work with him a little bit and bring it back where it needs to be, either adding impulsion with your leg or just stabilizing your contact. Like that. Good. Keeping that energy moving through the horse. That's really good. Now down the next long side, shoulder forward, keeping him up a little bit more. And this time we'll work to have a little more flexion to the jaw and pole. In other words, a little more of a working position. Good. Keep working that. Quite nice. Very good. Keep working that. Very good. Very nice. Keep letting your hands come together in front of you there. Like that. Really good. Now let him stretch all the way down and change the rein on the next diagonal. Really good after that. A little bit deeper neck. You kind of lost it for a moment. Shh. Yeah, let him come up a little bit and shoulder forward down the next long side. Trying to keep it up. Add a little bit of impulsion. Getting a little bit slow here now. Add a little bit of energy there. Use the shoulder in to help you create the working position by maintaining that position over his back, stepping up underneath you, asking him to soften there. Good. Good. And on a big circle here, just trying to keep the working walk. And think of putting him a little bit shoulder forward on your circle there to help you keep the hindquarters engaged. And as you ask him to soften a little bit onto the bridle again there. There you go. You're getting it. Keep working that. He starts to soften a little bit more for you. There you go. Let him lower the head neck a little bit high right now. So there you go. And just soften. Just let him out a little bit. And then when he lowers the neck, then ask him to soften the jaw and pull again. Keep working that a little bit. There you go. That's coming around. Good. Keep working that. Good, good, good. There we go. Keep working that. That's getting better. Keep working that. Keep asking to soften a little bit. We get a little more flexion from the jaw and pull, but you're getting a good job of maintaining that energy. Never had such a good walk.
Good boy.
Like that. Really good right there. Now ask him to trot.
Trot.
Very nice. And just take him on a big circle there and see if he'll stretch for you. Go. In a second. Get you organized there. Good. Now just try to put him a little bit shoulder fore on that circle. There you go. Same thing, getting him off that inside leg. Go ahead and see if you can stretch him all the way down. Keep working that. Yielding his hindquarters a little more to the outside. There, that's coming around. Keep working that. A little sticky. Yeah, good. There we go. Ah, good, good, good. Very good. There we go. That. Same thing again. There you go. Keep working that. Good. Really good there. Good. Good. Now just let him be about midway and just work to get him more in a working trot, just to get him to soften a little bit, just right where he is, right there, without having to stretch all the way down. Like that. Good job. Go large. Turn after the center line and do a leg yield to the right. Good. Good. Very good there. There. So you're going to start to soften for you. And on a circle again. And try to keep that feeling that you had in that leg yield on the circles. In other words, so you get him a little more shoulder forward, so you get that little more engagement from his hindquarters. And there you go. Like that. Good. Good. Swing it through. A little tap. Good. Good. That's more like it. Now go ahead and go large again. Let him come up a little bit, about midway. And just stabilize it there for a moment. And when you get in the middle of the short side, ask him to canter. Good, right there. That's coming really nicely. Really good. And the same thing as we've been doing, just up into a 2-point position. Once you get the canter, just letting his back swing underneath you without putting any weight on it. Very nice. Just keep that going as you go large. Keep that going. And halfway down this long side, begin to make a transition back to trot. And then right onto a circle again. Good, and let him have that stretch now. Really good. Stay on your circle there, just getting that nice big deep stretch. Excellent. Good, like that. Really good. Really good. Good, and go large. And once again, just bring your hands together in front of you, bring them about midway, and see if you'll just soften into your contact. Like that. Shoulder forward down the next long side. Good, that's having some really good moments. Little shoulder forward there, keep the activity, like that, good. Good, right there, really good. Starting to soften, and then circle again here. Nice. Go ahead and let him have a stretch all the way down now. Keep that going for you. Very nice, all the way deep into that stretch, like that. Good. Now let him come back to a walk. And let's give him a little breather. Really nice. And just go large in that big, nice swinging walk and change the rein across the next diagonal. Hanna, you're doing a great job with this horse. Very happy with what I'm seeing here. And change on the diagonal. Keep that big swinging walk just like that. Remember, when you're working with these dressage letters, you're trying to go 5 feet before the letter you're going to on the diagonal. So try to bring the horse's nose. Should come to the rail 5 feet before the letter. That gives you a chance to bend back on. And just getting the habit of riding that way helps you a lot when you start going to horse shows. So you start using the letters in your everyday work the same way you would ride in a horse show with them. But they help you ascertain how accurate you're being, so to speak, and it gives you a chance to really work on something like that instead of just sort of drifting around an arena aimlessly, if you will. Keep that big walk going now. I'm loving this walk now. Good. Now, as you start to go down this long side, begin to bring your hands together in front of you, bringing them up, trying to keep the same energy, and just see if you can just get him to soften nicely onto the bridle. Good. And of course, we're always trying to feel that he's lifting you, always trying to feel that back coming up underneath you. It's a very different feeling when horses sink away. Unfortunately, most people today grow up riding hollow horses, so they never learn what it feels like to have a horse's back underneath you. In fact, many people today learn that that's something to be afraid of because they feel the back underneath, they feel that the horse is going to buck, which is why it's important to train horses correctly so they don't want to buck you off. You know? Because the way we train them, they become very powerful. Now, that's really a nice walk you have right there. Best I've ever seen him do. That's really nice. Keep that going down the next long side, and halfway down the long side, ask him to trot. And of course, make the best transition you can, but we're not overly concerned yet. What you're going to find is as we get the horse going better and better, the transitions just kind of heal themselves, if you will. Whereas if we just do transitions over and over again, they tend to slow, especially a horse like this, tend to slow them down. And that's coming better all the time. Not a great upwards transition, but not terrible either. At least he's ready to start moving for you. Good. Go ahead and let him have a stretch on the circle now. He's ready for that already. Remember to stretch up. Remember, try not to. When you start to stretch, sometimes you have a tendency to tip over with him a little bit at first. So really be sure you keep those shoulders back before you start letting him go into the stretch. So you back behind the motion a little bit when we're first stretching them. Gotta keep working that. That's coming a bit deeper again with a little more activity for a moment. And go ahead and go large now. Do a shoulder forward down the next long side. Try to use the shoulder forward. Ask for a little more power. He's getting a little slower behind now. See if we can keep him up there, keeping that same level of power that we've had up to now. If he starts getting tired, we want to keep it for a few minutes longer. Good, keep that. Nice, very nice. He's softening nicely to you in that. Very nice. Go large. In the middle of the short side at the other end, ask him to canter. Really good trot right there. It's coming nicely into a working trot for you. Very good. Good. Good, very nice. And the same thing as we've been doing, just up off his back, a little bit of a light 2 or 3 point position. Not putting too much pressure on his back, but getting more and more concerned, just keeping him swinging that nice big open stride. Keep that, really good. Again, down the next long side. Very nice. In the middle of the next long side, ask him back to a working trot rising. Good. Right there. And go large. Keep that. Good. The working trot's coming. Now circle there. Try to maintain him right where you have him right now. You're starting to get a pretty decent working trot right there. Starting to give you a little more flexion through the jaw and pull there a little bit. Softer. That's really good. Sure he gets off that inside leg. Good. Go large and shoulder forward down the next long side. Yeah, very nice. Good. There we go. Like this. There you go. Very nice. Now circle here and see if you can maintain that working position on your circle. Be sure he stays off of your inside leg. Think of every circle as a little bit of shoulder forward. Yeah, very nice right there. That's coming really beautiful. Good job, right there. Excellent. Now give him a stretch all the way down. Very good, very good, like that. And bring him right back up again. Just refreshing his back a little bit and then bring it back to that working position right there. Wonderful. Right there, go large. Keep that working trot, very nice. Now try to maintain the working trot and change the rein across the next diagonal. Always a little harder when we go to start changing the bend. Very nice. Excellent. Good. And soften a little for you. There you go. Like that. Good job. Keep them going. Now on the circle here, give them a big stretch again. Keeping that activity. And go all the way down. Wonderful. Like that. Excellent work. Excellent. Really great. Excellent. Now bring them back up again. And go large. Really good right there. Good. Keep that working trot. Very nice. Right there. Keep it. And shoulder forward down the next long side. Yeah, really good. Really good. Excellent. Right there. It's very nice. Now circle again, trying to maintain that frame. Always keep that feeling of moving off that inside leg on your circle, a little bit shoulder forward to help you keep that inside hind leg engaging on the circle so we can keep that back in the same position. Like that. A little softer. There you go. Keep asking tap. There, really good. Right there. Really good. Really good. Really good. Excellent. And go large again. Excellent. Very good. Keep that working trot. Excellent now. Really good. Down the next long side, lengthen the stride a little bit. You're going to add a little bit of energy with both legs, and you're going to push through a little, maybe a little tap of your whip just to get a little more out of him. And you're going to push your seat through. So you're actually going to take a little longer stride with your seat as you rise to the saddle. Like that. Yeah, good. And ask him to soften back onto the circle again. Like this. Back into your working position. Bring him up a little bit. Get him to settle in the reins again. Asking him to soften a little bit there. Yeah, good. Right there, right there. Good. Keep it right there. Getting tired. Keep it. Tap. Keep it right there for a moment. Tap. Tap. Right there. And walk. Really good. Right there. Keep that working walk for a second. And then let it stretch all the way out in that walk. Really good. Just go large and really open up that walk. Hanna, every time I see you, this horse is just going another step better and better. That was absolutely fantastic ride today. I can't actually hear you if you're trying to talk to me. I'll wait till you get down here. I don't know if your mic quit working or something, but I can't hear what you're saying, but I'm absolutely loving. We'll come down here and we'll talk about it. But that was the best I've seen this horse go yet. Every time I see you, it's better and better.
Well, that's good.
How's it feeling to you?
I really liked the walk today. That was the first. There were stretches where I could just
Yeah.
kind of sit there and hold him in my hand and not have to keep pushing and
Even
pushing.
now, look at this nice active walk you have now. I mean, we used to have nothing like this before.
Yeah.
And you go and let him halt right there and dismount. I couldn't be happier. And we're having some really nice working trot as well. And the canter is just really good with him. I mean, he's just got a great canter. And even though he's not keeping him yet up in the bridle a lot, but his canter is really nice. He's coming and he's cantering over his back and swinging through. Ron, what a fantastic horse today, buddy.
Oh my God, he's beautiful. He's
I could not be happier with what I'm seeing. All the pieces are really coming together for him absolutely beautifully.
Yeah.
It was definitely. It was kind of telling because I could feel he was more tired muscularly. Like it was hard for him to stay in the working frame. He was just, you could tell he was kind of straining. But I liked that even though he was tired muscularly, his energy was still there and he was still really trying to go forward as much as his body would allow.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we see. So he's finally starting to work with you instead of just shutting off to everything. I was saying, so you're really bringing this horse back to life. You know, I couldn't be happier. I mean, everything is just really right on track with this one. I couldn't just absolutely wonderful ride today. Every day we see him and the pieces are a little more together. So really, really great work, you guys. Any questions today?
Just keep him on the same track that we've been doing.
Exactly what we've been doing. Everything's going well. The food, everything seems to be right. Every time I see you, it's better and better and better. So just, once again, you see how today it didn't take long to go through all those steps, but it's important that we still go through all those steps because once again, remembering we're trying to get him to the point where he's traveling correctly by himself so that we have an idea, well, it's possible. Because if you can't see a horse begin to lift themselves and connect, there's really no point in riding them. There's no point in riding them out of a walk anyway, because if they can't lift you up, you're just wasting your time, and all they do is run on the front end. And so that's what all this groundwork is about. It's about, teaching the horse so it can carry itself, and then it will be able to carry you. But none of them are ever able to just start off with a weak back. You put a rider up there, the back collapses. They learn to go that way, but it's kind of a stiff, in other words, it's never 100% of what the horse could give you. And many horses, like ones like this, will just start to shut off more and more because they don't feel comfortable in their body. That's why he starts being willing to go, because he's comfortable. It doesn't feel, when horses are out, I mean, some of them are more affected by it than others. But no horse is ever comfortable carrying people hollow in the back. As I said, they tend to go two ways. The crazy horses get crazier because of it, and the lazier ones get lazier and lazy. But you're really getting the other side of all his problems. Couldn't be happier. All right, you guys, we'll leave it at that for this one. Really, really, really great work today. Super.
Sounds good.
All right.
Darcy will be up in a minute. Darcy will be
no problem. Come on, come on. Start us rolling.
We're live.
All right, everybody, we're back again with Darcy and Calvin. How's it gone with Calvin? It's been a few weeks since we saw him because Darcy took a little time off here as she was having to work the barn by herself there.
Yeah, so I kept him lunging when I was not riding him, I should say. Yeah. So I did keep lunging him a few times a week just to keep him moving. And then this past week, I got on him a couple times, including yesterday. And to be honest, he was stickier than I expected. I thought he would be like ready to go after like having time off, but it was a little more like I had to convince him. So we'll see what happens today.
For ones like him, it's best to keep them working as much as possible. Yeah.
I thought, well, geez, I'm not even like taking a break. Okay, are we lunging?
Yeah, we can just start with lunging.
Okay.
We can start off with lunging, just letting him stretch to start with.
Well, hey, stop. Back up. Back. Stop. I don't have anything.
My big farm cat that we have, I just jumped over my fence with a big rat in his mouth. Just went out 2 minutes ago. He's the best hunter I've ever seen. This cat is amazing.
That's great because, I worry all the time because I find little holes around things all the time. And I wish our cat was better about it.
This one is great. And he eats everything he catches. He doesn't leave them there. He eats every bite of them.
The only time I saw our cat catch anything was twice. He got a mouse, and then on Easter last year, he brought us a bunny. It's like, thank you for the dead bunny. That's
pretty funny. Speaking of the Easter bunny.
Exactly.
He's starting off with a good walk there.
I think he's going to have to poop, but I could be wrong. Yep.
Yeah, looks like he's coming.
Right along the aisle.
Yeah, that's right in the aisle.
Come on. Okay, Calvin, let's go.
Nice. Starting off with a very nice walk this morning, active and starting to stretch. But just always think of it this way. I always think of it this way. It really takes 3 days is kind of the minimum you can work a horse and not have him start going backwards. Just thinking about it in time-wise, in my experience. If you get 3 days in, they're usually pretty good.
That's what I did with the lunging. But, again, it wasn't super long, but I did try some working frame in the lunge and all that with side reins, and he did really well.
Yeah, excellent. Well, I certainly like what I'm seeing here. Starting off in the walk is really good. And you can go ahead and ask him to trot.
And trot.
That's the kind of walk we're looking for. We'll let him have a little canter if he wants to. And then ask him back to the trot.
And trot.
Very nice. Very nice, like that. Yeah, that's really good. Then go ahead and ask him to canter again.
And canter.
Good.
Come on.
And back to a trot again.
And trot.
Good, right there is really nice. And you can let him walk.
And walk. Come on.
And go ahead and halt as you come to the center line and change direction. Excellent so far.
And whoa.
Nice big swingy walk that is right there. Look how nice that muscling is now in his neck. Even before we start to bring him up, there's none of that underside of his neck is gone.
Hey, you ready? Come on. Good boy. Big walk. And walk. Walk on.
Good job. And you can go ahead and trot.
And trot. Such attitude.
Seems like a long time ago now since he was running out the doors with you.
I know.
When we started this process. Really nice right there. Then go ahead and ask him to canter.
Canter. Canter. Good boy.
Very nice right there.
Come on. Canter.
And let him come back to the trot.
And trot.
Excellent. And you go ahead and let him walk.
And walk.
Nice trot that is. Really nice downward transition. And as you come to the center line, you can let him halt and attach our upper side reins.
Okay, whoa. Yeah, the other thing I did a little bit of while I was lunging him these last couple weeks was just tried to work a little on the transition, just on my own cues, because it's been a long time since we've been working on this, and like he would just come to that drastic like transition to a walk where he would essentially stop.
Yeah.
I didn't overly focus on it, but just
Good thing to do.
yeah, here and there, just add a couple transitions.
I think he's at a point where he's ready for that. It's just always this, our rule of thumb is we want them pretty steady in the working gaits that we're trying to go between. And we have a good walk and a good trot, then we can pretty much account on a pretty good transition pretty soon. But there's not much point in working on them a lot until you get to that point.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I think you are, which I think you are now.
Yeah.
So there's something to work on, The biggest thing I see people making mistakes in training horses is, trying to work on things that are out of the context of where the horse is in its training, and they end up getting worse rather than better when people get all worried about, in other words, the horse can't really do a working trot or a working walk, and you're worried about the transition. Well, it's never going to be any good, at best. Because the transition, the thing they're trying to transit to is not there, so how can you expect it to be? Now, this is a nice walk. It's coming together beautifully, just like this is how it should look. When we bring him up, he's nice, active, stretching nicely into it, staying over his back. Really good. As you come around to the center line, ask him to trot. Now you could think about trying to prepare, trying to get a little more impulsion so that before you even start it, so he's starting to a little more active and get him into the bridle a little, just like you would if you were riding. And go ahead and get him out there again.
Oh.
How nicely his belly's come up now. Really nice there. It's getting there now. Like that. That's coming really nicely right there. Excellent. Now, once you see that you can get that, then you can start thinking about trying to do some transitions. So the way I want you to listen before you do it, we're going to ask him to walk, but you're not going to walk. As soon as he gets a few strides, put him right back up before he sort of gets too slow again. Ask him back to the trot. So ask him to walk.
And walk.
And then right back to the trot.
And trot.
Like that. That was a little better. Good. Same thing again. Getting really active there again, like that. Really lifting himself. It's really good. Amazing how light this type of horse can become when they are worked. And let him walk again.
And walk.
And then right back into the trot, right there, before he starts to fall apart. And trot. Good. Better that time. There you go. Much better. That's the way. Well, that was a good enough improvement. But that's the way you want to work it, because you don't want to let him walk for too long, because then it'll get back on his forehand again. So trying to keep that impulsion in him when you're trying to work on those transitions. That's really nice now. That's excellent right there. And ask him to canter.
Canter.
Good.
Come on, canter.
Good, like that. See him stretch into it. And come back to the trot again.
And trot.
And then right away, as soon as he steps in and starts to stretch, ask him to canter again now, right there. As soon as he starts to stretch. Right, much better. Lift it up a little bit, but not bad. That's the way you want to work that. Keep it going for a moment. And now back to the trot again. Good. We start
trot.
Like that. And then again, canter.
Canter.
Oops, I just got a little, find that stretch again. And again, trot. Try that one more time.
And trot.
Bring him a little closer to you.
And trot.
And trot. Let him stretch into it for a moment. There. He starts getting back into the contact again there. Good, good, good. Now canter again.
Ready? Canter. Oops, wrong lead. There you go.
So, good. Keep that going for a moment. And then again back to a trot.
And trot.
And just let him get stationary in that again. Stabilize it. Bring him a little closer to you so the circle's a little bit smaller. Right there is really good. Very nice there, good. And let him walk.
And walk. Walk.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice downward transition. I like how he lifted himself up into that. And go ahead and halt and change directions.
And whoa.
Good boy, Calvin.
Yeah, he is. Okay. Ready? Walk on. go. Come on, walk. I know, so hard.
Coming really nicely. And now ask him to trot.
And trot.
Good, better upward transition. Keep that going. Try to just yield his hindquarters a little bit to the outside so we get a little more power in the trot. Very nice, right there. How nicely he's flexing his hocks. Remember how when we started this horse, he had no flexion in his hocks. It looks really great. Never falling out behind. Really nice there. Yeah. And as you get to the wall, ask him to canter.
Ready? Canter. Come on. Canter.
You have to have a little contact with the rein. There you go. You need to get bending in the direction you're going there. Keep that going for a moment. Now ask him back to the trot again.
And trot.
There, good. Keep it. Let him walk again.
And walk.
Now, as you come to center line, go ahead and halt. Let's bring up the side reins about maybe 3 or 4 holes on either side and see if he can come up just a little bit more. I think we can get a little more out of him. Probably 4 holes from what I see there, I would say.
Okay.
Remember, the best way to do that whip is turn it around backwards and just put the handle under your arm so the rest of it sticks out behind you. And then you don't have
I see.
Only the handle is under your arm.
Thanks. That's good advice.
That's how you do it. Then you keep that out of your face.
All these years I've been wondering. I always end up getting it in their face.
That's how you do it. And then you also don't drop it on the ground so you don't get kicked on the head when you try to pick it up again.
Yeah. These holes are just, they're new, so hold on 1 second. Doesn't want to go in there. I think it's just a little too small. Hold on, Calvin. Ugh, I can't get it in there. I think I might need Ron. I wonder if he can hear me.
Oh, it's not a big deal. You can just do it the next time. But get those holes punched out better so that you have, because he can start to come up a little more.
It's weird. Oh, there we go. I got it. I think we've done it before. That's the weird thing. That's why I was like,
because I thought we've had them shorter.
Yeah, I think we did too. I don't know why it was being so difficult, but it was. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I hit the mic with the strap. Oh my gosh. It's really hard. And I know the point of this is to get it done somewhat quickly.
He's a very patient boy.
He is. I can't really get this side, and I don't know why. Let me try one more time here.
If you can, it's no big deal. We can just stop with that. I'm ready to put you up there.
Oh my gosh.
God, his horse's back is looking so good. His withers have come up quite a bit. Standing here looking at him.
I can't get this side. I don't know why.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. We'll do it next time. Just go ahead and take them off. I'm ready to put you up there. I was just going to do a couple of minutes that way, but
It's
clean 'em
kind
up.
of silly.
Take 'em up.
I don't know why, because I swear we have had them.
Yeah, I think we've had them shorter than that, but it's a good thing full of junk. And all the rest of that. It's been a long, cold winter.
Come on.
You guys are having a nice warm day there, huh?
Yeah, we do. And to be honest, this winter's been really kind of not that bad.
Yeah.
We were really lucky in a lot of ways. I mean, lucky, a lot of people say it's really bad because, the whole freeze is really important to the rest of the
Right.
seasons, but it never really stayed frozen here.
Oh, wow. Well, we've just been wet for 3 or 4 months. I can't believe how much that we've got another storm coming in next week. So there seems to be no end of this.
We haven't even.
I was all for it until about this last storm. I've
Yeah.
had it. I'm
Now you're
suddenly sick
like
of it.
done, right? Yeah.
Like, okay. I'm tired of not being able to go outside.
I don't know. I always think we have it pretty bad here, but then you think about like the Dakotas and stuff, and I'm like, oh God,
yeah.
I'm glad I'm not there.
There's many places that are much worse. When I first moved to Colorado many, many years ago, it never got above 20 degrees below zero for the first 2 weeks I lived there.
Oh, really?
I just thought I'd move to the North Pole. Yeah, my car actually froze in the driveway the day I got there. It didn't thaw out till like 3 weeks later.
I don't know. A good friend of mine moved here from Colorado, and she says, I never knew there was a place where the sun never shined.
So that's the sun always shone in Colorado. It'd be freezing cold, but the sun would be out. It's a dry cold, they would always say, but believe me, when it's 20 below zero,
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's still cold.
And that would be like the ice would be coming off the buildings, that kind of thing. Where you get the big, you guys had that's where how Ron got.
Yeah, exactly.
Big thing of snow comes off the roof, clunk against the building.
Yeah, there was a few weeks of that.
Many people go off to that. Nothing like getting these horses out when it's 20 below zero.
Well, that one day we did have a couple cold snaps where it was like 5 degrees, but like, I don't know, with the wind chill, it was crazy cold, like minus 20. And I decided to leave them in that day just because I couldn't even, it was so windy, it was hard to get them out there. And then Reese was freaking out, so I put him out. I was like, fine, I'll put you out. And there's a small paddock right next to where all the other horses are, their stalls, so like they can see each other. He wanted nothing to do with it as soon as I left him out there for 2 minutes.
He wanted to go back in.
He's like, nope, changed my mind.
Yeah, my cats do that 10 times a day now when it's raining. It's not raining out there.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you a little treat for being a good boy. I'm just looking at the saddle. Sometimes it slips forward especially when I do the side reins. I think actually I'm gonna just slide it back for just a little bit.
Karen told me she thought Sam was in a car wreck or something. Have you heard anything?
Oh, I did hear that actually, yeah. I don't know the details. But I reached out to Sam about saddle fitting, and she said it might be a little while because she had this accident. And I think she's fine.
Yeah.
It was the car that she has to wait for. Calvin, can you back up? Speaking of the door, today I feel like he's like, I'm ready. I'm going back to the door. Okay, I'll try tightening that one when I get on, if it needs to be. I don't know if it does. Come on. Okay, whoa. I can't. This way. because I can't seem to keep up with you on the outside. Oh, don't pin your ears back. Don't do it. We just want to play.
I just love how his body is starting to look. I don't know if you've noticed this, but his withers have really come up quite a bit.
You know, it's funny, I pulled up an old photo of him from when I got him, and then I put it next to like his current physique. And I was having a hard time seeing like big differences, but Kath Potter, man, she pointed it out exactly, like where she saw the difference. I think I'm going to turn off my mic. It's really loud.
Okay, now do you guys have an outdoor arena, or is the outdoor arena grass? That's their arena that's grass out there. I can't remember, but you don't have. Is that right? Are you still hearing me?
Can you hear me still?
I can hear you. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, we do have a grass ring. I was going to try and turn this down, but I can't figure out how. Maybe Ron will hear it. And
as long as you can hear me.
I just keep knocking it and stuff, so I'm like, oh, okay.
It's not real loud at my end.
Oh, good.
That lovely walk starting off into a stretch. Just how we'd like to begin. Just go ahead and go large, just like you got them there. Just stretch on down. It's a good active walk. And just keep working on opening that walk up as you go large, getting a big swing out of him like that, coming really nicely, really good. And just keep that going as you go large. Very happy with that. It's really nice. What a good boy. Just go ahead and keep that walk that you have and change the rein across the diagonal. See if you can just keep it just like that. Would be great. And keep that going. Try to get him a little more off that right leg a little bit. You straighten him out there on your diagonal. Now try to get in the habit of using your ring a little more, using those letters to guide you so you're not ending so much up in the corners like there. Ending. Let's go ahead and change back across the next diagonal. I just want you to think about that. Stay on the track until your shoulder is at the letter on this side. Then you're going to look 5 feet before the letter on the other side. Now, if you just get in the habit of riding like this, it helps your accuracy like that. Then you change on the diagonal and you look 5 feet before the letter. So his nose should come to the track 5 feet before the letter that you're going to. And that's really a nice walk that he has this morning. That's exactly how we would like to start out and finish every ride. That's wonderful. Really nice big activity. You're stretching up really good. I love your position in the saddle. Now, be sure this time across this short side that you go straight to the wall over there. Try not to cut the corner over here in that next corner, which is what we did the last time. So just go past it and go straight all the way to the wall on the other side. Get out of the habit of cutting all the corners. You could have gone a little straighter, a little more to the rail there, but that was better. Go straight now. Keep that. Now, just to change things up a little bit, go ahead and change on that diagonal.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Just look 5 feet before that there. That's all right. Just beginning to get him. Love this walk that he's got today. Remember, so here we're going to end up a little too short. So you're going to end up too far into the corner. So you'd like to bring his nose to about where that second orange cone is from the corner. That would put you about in the right place. So look at that. So you want to come to the rail 5. That gives you 5 feet to bend back onto the rail. Go ahead and do it again on the next diagonal. Just to get into the next corner. Wait until your shoulders at the letter. Then make your turn. Then look 5 feet before the letter on the other side. Wait till your shoulders right there. Then you turn. I don't know if those cones are set up the same way on the other side, but it looks like you've got 2 from the corner. So same thing there. It would be the second one. If there's one over there, I can't see it yet because I'm not there. But that's really a nice walk. It's the best walk he's probably ever started out with. I'm loving this walk today. Doesn't that feel nice?
Yes, it does. I can really feel him lift me, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's what you're trying to feel. That's the most important thing you ever learn to feel. Now just go straight across here so you don't cut that corner off at the other side. You can go straight. So every short side is a straight line and not just a round curved circle. There you go, like that. Much better. You could have gone even straighter, longer to the rail, but that was better. Now open it up. Now, you've got your whip and put your whip in your right hand. And just to change it up a little bit this time, so today from the next long side, you're going to leg yield away from the rail. So instead of we usually start off from the middle, this time you're going to start from the outside and leg yield from the outside to the inside. That is leg yielding from the outside rail to the inside. A center line is what I'm trying to say there. But loving the walk. And just these first couple of leg yields, just as much as possible, and just in the stretch, but an active step over. Of course, our goal is always to keep the exact same step, so there's no change in the rhythm of the horse as we change into a gymnastic exercise like a leg yield. The rhythm is what tells us whether the gymnastic exercise is actually happening or not. If the horse loses the rhythm, it's usually evading the gymnastic quality of the exercise. In other words, it's not going to do much for him. Like that. But that was really nice. Go straight down the center line. God, I love his stretch in the walk today. And turn to the right at the top. And really lengthen the walk down the next long side. And once again, if you were out riding cross country to walk, this is exactly how you want to do it if you're out for a hack. First thing my father taught me was when we're out riding is the horse has to have its head down so it can see what it's stepping into when you're out going cross country. When their heads are up in the air, they're not looking at what's 3 foot in front of them. They're looking at what's out, 100 feet in front of them. From the next long side, change your whip to the outside hand again. We're going to do that same thing, leg yielding from the outside to the inside to the center line.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry.
That's right. Just go ahead up from there. But I'm loving this. Look how nice that leg yield. Get a little more active. And just go ahead and go large, and we'll do it from the next long side. But
I was like,
so good today.
as I did it, I was like, I'm so confused. I don't remember this being like this on the other side.
And from the next long side. Senior moment.
Yeah, exactly.
More of those all the time. And now from this long side, we're going to leg yield to the right. And that's really coming nicely. Good. Get a little more step over. There you go. Good. The hindquarters moving over. Really nicely done. Track to the left at the top. Now I want you to, once you get turning to the left, good. And now begin to bring them up into a working walk. Let's start on a circle there. So start to make a circle. So the circle will help you as you begin to bring them up. A little easier than going in a straight line. So I think it's going to come quite easily for you today. That's really nice. Really nice. Let it come up a little bit more. Keep the activity, of course. That's the job of your legs, is to keep the horse moving at the same tempo. Bring them up a little bit more in the reins. And go large. A little more power in the step, needs a little more activity. And shoulder forward down the next long side. Like this. Very good. Very good. Very nice. Keep that going. Wow, excellent. Neck just a little bit straighter, but shoulders off the rail just a little bit more. So the neck is a little bit too much bent. Let his pole come up just a little bit. Let it come up a little bit more. Keep that power in it. Good job. Like that. Really nice. Now go straight down the center line and change the rein. So we always want to be sure that we don't always do something from the center line. And sometimes we go straight down it. So anything we do over and over again, the horse will start to anticipate. So we always have to change it up. Track to the right at the top and then shoulder forward down the next long side. Getting a little more power in it. Seem to come up a little bit and shorten your reins a little bit more. Let your hands come together in front of you there. So bring them up just a little bit. There we go. There. Really nice working walk. Wow. Excellent. Right there. Really nicely done. That's the best I've ever seen it right there with him. Absolutely fantastic. Right there. Excellent work. And go ahead and go straight down the center line again. The same thing. Go straight down the center line, keeping them nice and straight and even in your contact, and track to the left at the top. Careful of those, like on the making turns, try not to let him just fall apart and get a little bit flat, get a little more impulsion in him. Outside leg there a little bit. Go straight down the center line. Track to the left of the top. And then again, shoulder in down the next long side. Shoulder four. Starting to look like it's becoming a shoulder in. Now starting to bend. Remember, that's the difference between a shoulder four is simply when the horse begins to bend the entire length of its body, it's a shoulder in. Like he's starting to do right there. That's really good. Keep that. Excellent. Keep it up there. Keep his pole up. A little bump of your leg or a little tap if you feel like he's starting to lug on you a little bit. Like that, but that's really quite good. Right there. Really nice walk. Wow. Excellent work. Now change the rein across the diagonal. Now when you get here, remember to go straight across this short side. Don't make this short side a half circle. Make it a straight line across there to the other side. That's better. And then go large. Keep your working walk. Little tap to get a little more X. Getting a little flat now. He's starting to flatten out a little bit. So stretch yourself up. A couple of bumps up your leg. A little tap with your whip if you feel like you need it. That's coming pretty nicely there. Good. Keep that going. Keep the working walk going down the next long side. Carefully doesn't start to flatten out on you. How does it feel? Is that suspension underneath your seat feeling the same, or does it start to sink for a moment? It starts to sink, you need to add a little energy like in it. Go straight down the long side. As prepare to trot. Now begin to build a little more impulsion in the walk. As you prepare to trot, we have to prepare by getting more energy in the body of the horse. So in other words, we create the trot before we ask for it by having more energy. And once you feel like you have enough energy to get the trot, then ask him to trot. Yeah, not bad. A little bit flat there. Right, give him a little tap, get a little more in it, and right away, let's put him onto a circle there. Use the circle to help you get him off that inside leg as he got a little flat there during the transition. And go ahead and ride a big circle there. Get him a little bit more off your inside leg. A little tap there behind that inside leg there on that side. Get a little more energy in it. Tap again. A little more energy in it. Let's go ahead and let him have a stretch. Now go ahead and lengthen the stretch down the next long side. Lengthen the stride though. So give him a stretch, but I want more power in it. If we're going to give him the stretch, then he's got to work a little harder and getting a little more swing. Keep it going. Yeah. Keep that going. Tap. Now a little shoulder forward down the next long side. Use the shoulder forward to gather a little more energy. There you go. Starting to stretch into the contact a little better there. Good. Keep that shoulder forward. Now give him a tap with your whip and get a little more power than he's generating. There you go. Now he's starting to get it. There you go. Like that. Much better now. Keep that. Tap. That's more like it. Let your hands come together there a little bit more and soften him. Oop. Come on. Keep going there, buddy. All right, go ahead on a big circle. Let's give him a stretch on the circle. Let's give him a stretch out all the way. Like that. Good. Good. And go ahead and go large with that. And go ahead and lengthen down the next long side, asking for a longer.
Trot.
Whip.
Trot.
Good. Give him a tap. Get a little behind the motion when you get sticky. There you go. Like that. Much better now. There you go. Good job. Keep that. Good. Now you got a better trot. Now bring his pole up and try to stabilize your contact a little bit. But he's starting to stall on you a little bit there again. So give him another tap. You keep that energy running at the same tempo. Good. That's a better trot. Good. Yeah, there we go. Now let him come up a little bit right there. Let him stall. Go large. Another little tap as you stretch up, push it through a little more actively from your leg, and your seat pushes through a little more actively. And just swing a little more actively to the hand like that. Good. Better now. There you go. Good job. Much better. Keep that. Now on a big circle here, stretch him all the way down. But really make him work in the stretch. So don't let him go down, then stop. So give him another little tap so he really starts to swing through in that stretch. So the stretch is not an excuse to get lazy. It's to get him to start swinging a little more. He needs to. Good. There we go. Okay, now bring him up, shorten your reins. Let his hands come together in front of you now. And go ahead and go large. Good. Now take the slack out of those reins. There you go. Right there. And continue large. Keeping them out in front of you like that. Good. Good. That's getting better now. Good. That's getting better. Trot. There you go. Now it's starting to look like something right there. Good. Keep that. Really good. Much better now. Circle here at this end. Stretch up. Stay behind the motion a little bit. When you get sticky, let your shoulders come back a little farther. Remember, we can either ride with the motion or slightly behind it. When the horse is sticky, we want to be a little behind the motion. That encourages them to step up underneath the body. That's getting much better now. Keep that. Good. There we go. Get that big stretch. Excellent work. Keep that a little deeper yet even. A little more activity. Tap. Good. Like that. Good job. Good. Good. Keep that going. Good. Now on your circle, bring him up. Keep that energy now. Bring him up in the pole. But don't let that energy change. Let it come on up. Keep bringing him up. Keep bringing him up like there. Good. Now go large. Keep that. Much better now. Little tap. And again, keep it right there. It's like a car, keeping the engine revving, when you're changing the gears. Now shoulder forward down the next long side. Keep that. Much better now. Good job. Very nice. Just like that. Excellent work. Keep it there. Keep them soft. Right there is really good. Now circle at this end right here, keeping that same bend. So keep that a little feeling of shoulder in around your circle. So a little bit shoulder forward around the circle. A little more power in it. A little tap. Bring the shoulders a little to the right. You're trying to throw the shoulders a little outside your circle. So your hands come to the right a little bit. Right there is much better. There you go. Right there is good. Keep it. Right there. Keep that. Tap. And again, go large. Keep that. Shorten your reins just a little bit. Bring the pole up a little bit more. Let it steady there. Keep that. And again, shoulder forward down the next long side. Good power in it there. Pole come up a little bit. Excellent. Very nice, right there. Really good right there. That's good connection right there. Keep that. Now go large. Now let him straighten on the next long side. Keep those shoulders back, a little bump with both legs when you get him here straight so he doesn't fall apart when you get him to go straight. Keep that. Ask him to stay on the bridle. Right there. Good. Change the rein across the next diagonal. Keep him right there in a working position. Again, straight. Remember, straighten your body. Once again, make sure your stirrups are the same length, stretching down into those heels, keeping your toes lifted. Now right on a circle right there. And of course, change your whip into that inside hand so you can get him off your inside leg a little better. Now bring him on your circle, bringing the forehand a little bit to the inside. Try to push his hindquarters a little more to the outside of the circle. He's kind of evading by throwing his shoulders outside too much. So keep that.
Hey, Ron, can you say something because you're scaring him? He's like all crouched down over there, and it's like freaking Calvin out.
And again, keep that circle. Good job right there. Now he's got them together for you. Don't scare the horses. Come on. Little tap of the whip. Easy, that's it right there. Back in the bridle again. Come on, Calvin. Yeah, together. That's going to soften. Now go large again. Keep that going. Good job. Now down the next long side, shoulder 4. You're good there. That's coming together nicely now. Very good. There. Good. Shoulder 4 down the next long side. That. Keep him off the inside leg, bending to the left so he doesn't look to the right. Keep him bent to the left. Like that. Good job that time. Now let him have a stretch on a circle here. A big stretch all the way down. And keep running at the same tempo. So the engine keeps revving at the same tempo. Like that. Really good. Wonderful. Lovely big trot. Look at that flexion of the hocks on that boy. Really good. Just what we want to see. Excellent. Now stay on your circle and bring him back up into a working position. Think of moving the hindquarters out a little bit and the shoulders in a little bit on your circle. Think of making them a little bit shoulder 4 on your circle to get a little more power off the inside hind leg. Asking them to soften just a little bit more. There. Go large. In the middle of the short side, you're going to ask him to canter. And you're going to go large. So don't go faster. Think of slowing with a little power before you ask for the canter. Use your voice command if you like. Not a bad trot right there. Good job. And go longer. Oh, almost. And I fell out of it a little bit. So go back and we'll start that again. Put your whip in your outside hand. So remember, you want the whip on the side of the predominant leg. When if you have a little difficulty. In the canter, the cue it's cued by the outside leg. So again, ask for the canter. Then now keep it. I'll give him a little tap there when he didn't listen to you. So even though you're back in the trot, give him a little tap. Now slow it down a little bit, getting balanced because he's running now. So stretch up and slow him down. Give him take a little bit as you balance him, as you soften him a little bit.
Come on.
And then ask for the canter again.
Hey, Ron. Connection is gone. Keep walking. Yeah, there you go, babies. Walk on. Come on. Thank you. Over. Over. Thank you. Come on. There you go, babes. Good boy. Yeah. It's like the third thing I've asked for your help on. But you didn't hear the other two. It's funny. Good boy. Oh, what a strong walk you have. Yes, you do. We say, I don't need to canter because I got a strong walk. I do. Over. Over. Yeah, there you go, babes. Oh, there you go. What a good boy you are. Don't worry, we still have a little work to do, honey. We do.
There we are.
I got the canter. Trust me, I really did. I actually did. No, seriously, I did.
Well, I'm loving the walk right now. Excellent.
Got it going left. I didn't get it. I didn't try going right. So
We'll do that next. But I love this walk today. Best I've ever seen. Go ahead and bring him up into a working walk now again.
he actually feels so strong underneath me. It's amazing.
It feels really fantastic. Looks fantastic. Stay with me, camera.
Oh, is the
Wants to
camera
flag.
not following?
No, only in that corner. For some reason, it gets stuck in that corner. For some reason,
Oh.
bring them up a little bit more. So go in a straight line, keep working their working walk, and bring them on up a little bit more. Get a little more power underneath you, right there. There you go. Now that's the best walk I've seen him do yet. How's that feel to you underneath you?
Really good.
Really nice, right there. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. That is wonderful, just like that. That's how we want to keep it all the time. Keep it just like that. And have to let it change. As we get to a corner, always, every little step, every little change that we make changes how the horse is going a little bit. So keeping that engine, once again, keeping that engine revving at the same speed all the time. Underneath you, keep him up. Don't let him start to flatten until they start to flatten on you. So tap, give a little tap, keep it back up underneath you again. Bring the pole back up a little bit. Try to keep it the same all the time. I mean, sometimes he won't be able to, but once again, you always want to try and see if just by adding a little more that you can't keep it there. Of course, the more consistent we are about it, the more consistent they become themselves, and the more quickly they become consistent when we are consistent. That's looking really good. When you get to the middle of the short side, you can ask him to trot and go large. Now, once again, try to build more impulsion. So try to think about your transitions now, getting more energy so that when we ask for the trot's already there. In other words, the horse has enough impulsion to make the transition. So think about getting a little more than what you had there. And every time we get to that corner, it wants to go the other way for a second. Yep, come on. Sorry, I lost you for 1 second.
Come on, trot.
There you go. I got you. There we go. Got you back up. All right, good job right there. Right, now go ahead and now a little more power right away. Give him a little tap. Kind of start it off kind of slow and sloppy there. There we go. Right back to that working trot right there. That's wonderful. Right there. Keep that. Don't let him start to flatten again. Once again, he's starting to flatten. Give him a little tap. Bring the pole up a little bit. Keep it the same. Try to anticipate. Try to try to feel it before it gets away from you. As soon as you feel it starting to slip away, be right there asking it to come back up underneath you again before it gets gone. Keep going large. We will follow you this time. There we go. Good, good. Keep that. Good. Little bit more up in the pole, a little more up, and a little more power in it. That's really good. Really good. Right there. There's where I want it. Right there. Keep that. Exactly like that. Tap. Keep the power in it. Really good. Keep that. Right there. That's the best working trot you've had yet. Keep that. Go large and just keep it just like that. Again, watch as you come through here. He flattens out a little bit every time you're going to make a turn. So you got to add a little more power on the turn to be sure it stays there. Bring that pole up a little bit. Right there. Now shoulder forward down the next long side. Keep the power in it. Right there. Wonderful. Catch up. Right there. Really good. Keep it right there now. Really good. Keep that trot right there. Excellent. Right there. Keep that in it. Really good. Really good. Right there. Now don't let it flatten out as you come across the short side. Keep it up there. The top of your whip right there. Don't let it flatten out. Don't let him flatten out right there. He always wants to try to do that. Go large. Keep that. Tap again. Keep it up there underneath you. Really good. And when you get to the middle of the short side, ask him to canter. Keep that a little more power. Don't let him start to fall apart now. Add more power to it. You're getting ready to do something. We have to build that energy in the horse before we ask for it.
Canter.
Now slow him down again. Just go back on the circle right away. Now give him a little tap with your whip. Slow it down. Slow down. Now, you're throwing away the reins too much when you're asking for the canter. Keep him up underneath you. Keep a little more power in it. Tap again. Ask him to soften. Now ask him for the canter again. Yeah, much better. Go large. Keep it, 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 keep it going. Keep it going this time. Keep it going. Keep it this going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Much better. Now back to the trot. Right away. Stretch up on your circle and try to get control of that energy right away. First couple of strides right there. Bring your hands back together. Bring them back together on the circle. Underneath you. There. Back on the circle again. Keep it up. Think about putting him a little bit shoulder forward on your circle. He got a little bit flat again, so get him off of that inside leg. Go tap again, bringing him back into that outside rein. Bring your reins, bring him a little bit to the right with your shoulders. Shoulders to the right, hindquarters to the left. Like that. Bring it up a little bit, a little more there. Don't lose it. Ask him to keep softening. There you go. Good. Keep it up there. Go large again. Little tap. He's starting to flatten. Every time you start to make those turns, you start to flatten on you. Tap. Keep it up there. And again, shoulder forward down the next long side. Right there. Really good. Much better now. Keep that. And again, shoulder forward on the long side. Excellent. Right there. Don't lose it. Now, once again, when we go across the short side, try not to let him flatten out. Keep him up, a little touch of your leg right there. Get straight across there. Keep it up. Soften him a little bit with your outside rein so he doesn't try to just flatten out there. Now go ahead and ride a big circle here, keeping him up. Bring the shoulders to the right, hindquarters to the left on your circle. Right away. Get him on. There you go. Right there. Good job. Keep that. Good. Shorten your reins a little bit so your hands are just a little bit further out in front of you there a little bit. That. Good job. Go large. Tap. Keep him up. Good job, right there. Change the rein across the next diagonal. Keep the working trot the whole way. Be very conscious of him trying to flatten. He's starting to get tired now, so he's going to want to try to start to flag a little bit. We always want to go a little bit further than what they want to do, so we keep adding a little bit to it. So you feel him getting tired. Yes, we're towards the end of the exercise, but we always want to go a little bit further each time. Good, really nice. Keep that. Excellent job. Keep that. Once again, he's flattening now a little bit. Now right on your circle again. Think of putting a little shoulder forward on your circle and bring him up in that outside rein a little bit. Get him off of your inside leg on the circle. Bring his forehand more to the left, haunches more to the right. Think shoulder in on the circle for a moment. There you go. Bring him up. Now soften him a little bit with your reins. You're getting the power. So it's running a little bit. So slow it down by halting a little bit or yield or giving and taking a little bit. Now go large again. Keep that. Really nice. Keep that right there. Shoulder in down the next long side. Really good work. Keep it up there. Don't let him flatten as you make your turns. Keep him up there. Good job with your upper body now. Keep that. And shoulder forward. Right there. Ask him to soften a little bit. There you go, like that. Use that shoulder in to get him a little more up. Like that. Now in a big circle here, keeping him up there. Keep him up. Again, get him off the inside leg. Kind of fell into your inside leg a little bit there as we started that circle. Again, think of putting a little more shoulder forward on your circle. Hindquarters a little more to the outside, getting him off of that inside leg a little more. Ask him to soften in the range a little bit. There you go, like that. Good job. Now stretch him all the way downwards. Very good. Keep it going at the same tempo while you get that stretch all the way down. Wonderful. Like that. Excellent. Excellent work. Like that. Really good. Now bring him back up into the working position. Oh, very nice. There. Now let it slow a little bit. Get a little more power in it. Get him up in the range a little bit more up. Think of going a little more shoulder forward as we bring him up. Need a little more power off the inside hind leg to keep that position right there. Good. Keep it. Keep it. A little more flexion there. Good. 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 Keep that. Now walk. And just walk on, keeping the working walk. And keep him up a little bit. Let's keep the working walk for a couple of moments here before we let him all the way down. There, keep the working walk. A little more power in it. Now go ahead and stretch him all the way down. It's fine to get back to that really big stretch in the walk. We really just, like that. Really, really good. Feel that nice, big, loose walk. Keep that going. Really nicely done. And of course, this is the same. The warm down is the same as the warm up. Big stretch, letting them just swing over their back. Blood flow through their muscles. That's why it's so important that they relax. You know, a tense muscle never has any blood flowing through it. It's only when we relax the muscle that the blood flows back into it again. As muscles get tense, they kind of squeeze. Keep that big walk going. Like that. Just keep that going all the way around the ring now. Really nice. Now down this next long side, just bringing him up into the working walk again. Really nice there. And just shortening your range and bringing him up. Keep the power running. Keep bringing his pole on up. Bring it. Let it come on up. Keep bringing it on up. On up. Shorten your range a little more. Bring his pole on up. Right there. Good. Very nice there. Good job. Really nice. And as you come to the center line here, anywhere you like, you can. I guess you want to get off of that rail so you're not dismounting into the rail. Go ahead and change the rein across the diagonal and keep this walk going. Really nice, this. Really good. Keep it. Anytime he comes off of it, keep it there. Keep it there. Good job. Almost done. Go ahead and change on the diagonal now. Go ahead and let him have the stretch one more time and really open up the walk as you go across this diagonal.
And I think he's really tired.
I think so too. That's good there. Good. And let him go large. Now just go walk straight down the center line. Really nice. And just let him come down the center line. The stretch is all right. Good. Now just start to bring him up a little bit. And as you get down to this end, we'll just ask him to halt. Good job. Keep bringing him up. Keep bringing him up. Keep bringing him up. Very nice. And just halt right there. Ah, yes.
Good boy,
Very nice.
Calvin.
Pat him on the neck. What a great ride. Both of these horses went wonderfully today. I thought that was the best he's ever gone. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I still struggle with that first part when I ask him for a trot. That's our biggest hurdle, and it has been for a long time, where he just plays this game, and I can't quite get him moving, and then he gets like where he doesn't even want to steer, and so then I have that problem. But like once we get past that, it's beautiful. So I just want to be able to get past that faster.
Well, just think of it this way: you never used to be able to get past it at all. So
Yeah, true.
you know,
True.
that's what you have to think of. So you now get, once again, it takes them a while to get warmed up, and you get there, and for you to warm up as well. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the thing to understand is that you're warming up, you're trying to learn the same stuff that you're teaching him at the same time, and you're doing a wonderful job of it. So expect that it's going to take you a while, to get in gear every day, just like anything else. If you rode 20 horses a day, it's a different story, but riding one horse a day, it always takes you a while to come out and get warmed up and get going. And
Sure.
and as Klaus Kuchenhall says in his book, everyone thinking to learn how to ride, they should be to even think you're going to learn how to ride, you should be under lessons every day for 5 years. I mean, I don't, on this idea that, that's what happens to so many people. They kind of get left on their own and don't have enough. I mean, look how far we've come because we've been consistent to do the way we're working now.
And you've helped me through several hurdles, so it's like, now that's my latest hurdle. The other thing I was doing this week, or the last couple of weeks when I wasn't riding, is when I did today's canter on the lunge line looked pretty bad, but like the last few were fine. And what I would do is just really be adamant about, if I ask you to canter, canter until I ask you not to, and just really keep him going so that he gets that idea, so that under saddle, it's the same thing and it's a little already in his mind,
Exactly right. And that's exactly why we do all that from the ground first, so that when we get up there, and that's the thing is, don't be fooled by, many people are fooled by the kind of riders who are very strong riders. They're good at staying on, but they're actually not good at riding. They're good at getting up and trying to beat up horses and getting them all jazzed up, but that's really not what riding and training is. None of that is necessary if you do the process correctly. And in fact, when you ride horses like that, it doesn't end up with a well-trained horse. It ends up with a horse that's stiff in the back and, on some level of going, hollow, whatever the case may be. So, that's what I would say. There's no reason. I don't need to get on your horse to train you how to ride it if you're willing to do the steps yourself. Once again, it's understanding that the horse has to be trained before you get up there. If you're really great, powerful kind of, that kind of rider who can stay on anything and ride them kind of through it, if you will. Well, but that doesn't always end up in the best place anyway. It doesn't end up where I see so many people buy horses in my life that end up sidelined by the trainers, because the trainers can get on and ride them, but people aren't good enough to get on and ride like that. So they're always dependent on the trainer riding the horse for them. It's not to say that it isn't a good idea once in a while, but not if that's the way they're about it. I mean, so many people end up, well, why? How come you're not riding? Oh, it's too good for me. The things I've had people tell me about that are paying trainers a fortune to ride. That end up the trainer rides the horse and the person never even gets to ride it. Because they start convincing them that, oh, this is too good for me to ride now. It doesn't really work that way. The idea is to teach you to ride. I know how to ride.
Yeah, exactly.
I've done enough of it that I don't need to do any more of it. It's too real, sort of thing. But anyway, that's kind of the idea. But great work today with both of these guys. Couldn't be happier with where they both. And Ron, what a breakthrough, man! Your horse is like a different boy, man.
Yeah.
Really, really coming.
Duke is really coming along.
Super.
And Hannah's doing a great job. So
Did Ron tell you about this is no big deal, but it was kind of funny. So Hanna took him on just around the property. And he got scared because Calvin took off in the paddock and got scared, and then he scared Duke, and then Duke took off. But Hanna was fine, and it wasn't that far. It was like a short distance, but Hanna was came back, and she goes, so don't let Ron do that until he's really ready.
Well, that's what I say all the time about people with, you can't assume because horses are going, calmly in the ring that they're going to go just that way outside when the wild turkey comes out of the bushes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why it takes a long time to get to that stage with both of you. So, but anyway, couldn't be happier with the way these guys are going. Great stuff, you guys. Thursday next week again?
Yep, that's what the game plan is.
Okay.
Thursday at 3 o'clock. Lauren said she's probably going to join next week, so if that's good, that's fine for me. If she wants to start earlier, whatever you guys want to do, we can start at the same time or start earlier if you like. Just let me know as the time goes on. I'll put it down for 3 now, and if there's 3 of you, all good. But if we need to change it to an hour earlier for one of you, that's all good too.
Okay.
Good.
Great job, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll see you next week. Super
Bye.
stuff.
Good job, Calvin. Good job. Hey, Calvin, though, I got to tell you.